Okay. We got an offer here called Quick and Grooven, I believe. Here we go. Okay, for a hot moment the office page did not work. Oh. Well, look at that. It's the last SCP of this we get to read. And the previous one we read of this was 1024. It was 1,800 SCPs ago, which I don't have on my AfroFluff channel. But this is the last one of an offer we only now got to see the name for the first time. Yeah, okay. Well, I would say let's get started. Thank you so much. I hope I say your name right, because I think it's just called Quick and Grooven. It sounds like Quick and Grooven, Grooven, and yeah, maybe I'm not sure. But you wrote a collection of debris in the North Pacific Gyre, and you kept it extra short for me. Thank you, because I just read an hour and a half of SCP before. But thank you for all your work. Like I said before, I have read the previous SCPs you wrote, like the Drain Worms, I mean all of them. Rise Bowl, Bloodthirsty Nail Polish. Oh my god, the Bloodthirsty Nail Polish. I think I recall that one. I do recall also Drain Worms as a little bit. But yeah, we will probably see you again in one of the joke SCPs in the future, but main SCPs, nothing left. So yeah, once again, a collection of debris in the North Pacific Gyre. Here we go. Euclid. Also, by the way, I was right that that 10,000 words plus the SCP itself would take me an hour and a half. So that's now we know. Now we know how. Now I can actually check with afterwards when I edit how long this 10,000 words took me, because then we have a good understanding if without excluding like the breaks in between and chatting with chat, how much time it takes me to read 10,000 words if I just were to read it in one go. Okay, object class Euclid. The containment procedures SCP-2899 is immovable, due both to its size and composition and to its dependence on the unique conditions of the North Pacific Gyre, and so containment is restricted to suppressing knowledge of and access to SCP-2899 and its environs. Since SCP-2899 is mobile, however, dedicated Foundation research ships must keep track of its location and bearing using both observation of patterns in floating debris and of anomalous movement of subsurface particulates. All sea-going vessels that approach or enter the Gyre must be monitored. Am I saying this right? Is it supposed to be pronounced Gyre?
Gyre.
Yeah. And what is it? Ah, okay, so yeah. It's like almost like a whirlpool. It's not fully a whirlpool, but I can see what the... Yeah, gotcha. Cool. Must be monitored. Those vessels wishing to simply pass through the Gyre should be diverted. Vessels that enter the Gyre for reasons pertaining to the Gyre itself and its ecosystem, including accumulated marine debris, should include embedded Foundation agents whenever possible. Any other vessels that enter the Gyre must be intercepted by Foundation assets to ascertain the vessel's motives and to administer amnestics as necessary. There are currently no prohibitions on aircraft passing through the Gyre at cruising altitudes, but any aircraft that enter the area low enough to study the Gyre must be monitored and or intercepted as above. Information gathered from satellite imagery is currently not affected beyond normal suppression of data about Foundation assets. SCP-2899 is a collection of... Oh yeah, description. SCP-2899 is a collection of accumulated debris within the North Pacific Gyre that exhibits at least two anomalous properties regarding its composition and behavior. The composition of SCP-2899 is largely similar to the tests of the waters of the Gyre, extremely high levels of particulate and microparticulate plastic with more scattered large debris. However, the debris contained within SCP-2899 tend to be more organized, exhibiting patterns based on the chemical composition and physical characteristics of debris items. Additionally, any debris introduced to or accumulated by SCP-2899 will be slowly integrated into these patterns. The frequency and complexity of the patterns that arise all but rule out creation but by random chance, particularly in light of other anomalous observation of SCP-2899. Just beneath the water surface on the SCP-2899, remote-operated probes have detected streams of plastic particulates moving at 30 to 70 centimeters per second. Despite the absence of any current or winds, or even the presence of currents or winds blowing in the opposite direction. So in simple terms, SCP-2899 is trash. I kind of almost imagine like a garbage disposal, like, you know, those like things that mostly the US have, that you just throw garbage in and just like these particulate streams generally end as a location with a local higher concentration of debris. Extrapolation of the paths of these streams show, in most cases, another high debris content location along the path of origin. The longest such stream so far observed measured just over 700 meters, although since the formation of a particulate stream has yet to be observed, the actual length of these streams could be much longer, but for so far I don't really understand what the anomalous effect is. The exact size of SCP-2899 is difficult to determine. Its surface area is estimated to be between 400 and 10,000 kilometers squared and may fluctuate as atmospheric and oceanic condition changes. SCP-2899 is believed to encompass the material suspended in the water under its surface area to a depth of approximately 12 meters. Researchers believe with 70 to 75% certainty that the anomalous properties observed in the Gyre are a sign of nascent sentience within SCP-2899, although based on the current evidence, manipulation by an external agency cannot be ruled out. Research on SCP-2899 is focused primarily on discovering the source of its anomalous properties. Secondary research is focused on establishing communication with SCP-2899 or with the entity or entities causing the anomalies in the Gyre. Vessels have also been dispatched to other locations within the North Pacific Gyre as well as to the gyres in the rest of the world's oceans to attempt to locate entities similar to SCP-2899. Okay, I'm actually going to look what the discussion says about this one. This is about the Great Pacific Garbage Patch, right? Yep. Located, Garbage Patch. Also Pacific Trash Vortex and the collection of plastic and floating trash origins of the despite the common public perception of the patch existing as giant islands of floating garbage, as though that's prevents detection by satellite imagery. The patch is a widely dispersed area. Research from the still confused a little bit what makes it anomalous. I have read this twice. It seems to be trash circulatory system or something. Might be. That's about the size of the type. No. We definitely don't have enough. I'm not saying this is bad, but it seems a little. I like this, although I wonder if it's a bit more detailed. Yeah, so it seems like the Gyre itself already has trash in it in real life, but I think so it looks like because of the way the trash is moving, it's supposed to indicate that the Gyre itself is sentient. I think that's what it's trying to say. Which at the end, I guess, doesn't really matter. consider Euclid, but in the same time, like no regular person is gonna look at the trash floating around in the ocean and be like, the way it moves is unnatural. unless it uses the trash, unless it uses the trash to literally like make letters in the water, then yeah, then okay. Other than that, I feel like it's just yeah, it just sounds like it's just something that already exists, and just be like, well, what if it can think? Not sure, like, maybe I was just a little bit confused because I didn't know that this was a thing. But at the same time, I was just, yeah, I don't know. It could also be that I find it a little bit lackluster because I just came from like an hour and a half of like a super cool concept of a SCP with a good tale attached to it, and now I'm here like, so the trash floats around and the Gyre itself can think for itself. Okay. I think again, if they just add like a thing like, yeah, it communicates with the trash, I'd be like, okay, now that's like, if it like it like uses specific type of trash to like indicate how it feels or what it thinks, then I think that might be a bit more interesting. But yeah, we're done.